Hello and happy Friday. We are covering chapter 18 today, a summary of the science of being well. And I'm super excited about this chapter because basically we're just bringing it all together. It's going to be a simple 10-step notes today that, excuse me, that you can take to be well in all areas. So just one sec, I am going to share the link in the group in case anybody wants to join us. Okay. So I'm super excited because this has been a big project. When I first started doing this study, I didn't quite know what I was getting into. I was like, oh, another Wallace Wattles book. Sure, let me go through that too. Coming from a history and a background of not being well, this was a big motivator for me to, find out what other ways that I could help myself in my own struggles and challenges be well. Because for one, I can't be very active, and there's many other people out there in the world that struggle with being active and therefore struggle with weight, and then therefore begin to struggle with health and other issues. So as our body mass index, or as we get heavier, more body fat, it's a fact that we do begin to have more issues with our health. And I was really inspired to, I am really inspired in my life not to let myself go, not to allow the weaknesses that I have to rule my life. But I'm focusing on where my strengths are. And this book has been an amazing way to help me in my wellness. And as I've been going through these steps and as I've been putting them into practice, I'm here to say that they work. It's definitely a fact that this is a science and it is a certain way that works. Here's the thing though, it takes consistency. You must do these things just about every day. And especially in the beginning, you've got to do something every day for more than 22, 25 days for it to become a habit. Okay, so let's get into it. The summary, we have an incredible power within us. And this is basically, if I could say one sentence that covered this entire book, it would be that we have an incredible power within that allows us the freedom to be anything we want to be and do anything we want to do. In one sentence, in a nutshell, that'd be my one sentence recap. Our bodies, our physical, who we are as a human being, we are literally a miracle. Now, if you know me, if you're in the Freedom Mastery Group, you've gone through the God Memorandum before. You either read it probably or listened to Wanda Kay's version that talks about us being a miracle and what a miracle we are. And it actually goes into detail about our muscles, our blood, our brain. It goes into details describing the miracle of our body. And I think it's so beautiful. And this book actually is a really beautiful pair with the God Memorandum, because it teaches us what a miracle we have in our body. Health is perfectly natural functioning. It is actually supposed to be normal for people to be healthy. And we know that if we look around in the world today, and especially in the United States, it doesn't appear to be a common thread, health and wellness. Now, it's popular, right? We see a lot of people talking about it. We see posts all the time. We ourselves, reading and studying. However, there is a small amount of the population that will actually put these things into place into their life. So there's those that'll read it, brush it off, another book I read. And then there's those that'll read it and actually put the things into practice and will find that it's a beautiful way to be healthy and well. The principle of health in the universe, it is a living substance from which all things are made. Just beautiful, miraculous to me. It's just so beautiful. The power and the energy in this book just really does go way beyond the physical. Hi, Coach Tina. Thanks for joining. So one of the examples it gives here to be able to explain the definition of, how this principle of life, or this substance that's permeating the universe, and how it's also permeating us. So a really, really amazing visual that it gives in this book. I love this. It talks about ice, and how you suppose that you have a very fine vapor permeating and penetrating a block of ice, right? So ice and a super fine vapor that literally, a vapor that you can't even visually see, can permeate this body of ice, this chunk of hard ice, because it is the same, because it's made out of the same thing. So it's a beautiful visual of how this living substance in the world and in our universe actually permeates our human physical bodies, because we're all made of the same thing. It's a proven fact. Science has shown everything that is formed in this world is made of the same thing. So just beautiful to me how we are such a miracle. I mean, how we literally have this living divine substance permeating our body. It's unbelievable, miraculous to me. We're created to always be more. We're created to be fuller and more expressive in our life every day. That's actually how we were created to be. And it's an explanation for why we get on this path of personal development, of freedom, of seeking, better life, a more complete and full and perfect life in all areas, and how it's so normal for us to be that way. And it's a beautiful thing. Man is a form of this living substance. And when in full constructive activity, when we allow this substance to be active within us, now we must allow it. It's there, but it's not, we don't have to allow it. We have the option to, which is, something a lot of people don't know. There's a huge amount of the population, I believe, that doesn't know. Yeah, I can put you a ponytail, come back a little bit. That doesn't know they have access to this this living substance, this miracle of health. I think that's a reason why a majority of the population is sick and stays sick, because no one's there telling them, hey, guess what? You are a miracle and you have the power to be well if you really wanted to be. I believe that's a huge, huge issue, which is one of the reasons why my passion is to have this, to attract other leaders and coaches like all of you that are already here, to spread the good news, to spread the health, to spread the fact that we have control. All right, so now I'm going to list 10, pretty much my 10 steps for the summary. And I'm actually going to post this in the group. I already have it copied, ready to post in the group. So if you need it, you can always take it from the group when I post it. Yeah, you can have that.
Have it forever?
Sure.
Yay!
So number one, you're going to form your conception of perfect health. And I just have a little suggestion to go ahead and write it out. Write out a visual, if you haven't already, of what perfect health is. You know how we write out our perfect day? So this is going to be just our perfect health, and include all of your senses, include all of, thank you, include all of what you would consider perfect health, what it feels like, what it looks like, what it smells like. To me, cooking vegetables smells amazing. Like, I love to go in the kitchen and my husband's cooking dinner, and I can smell the vegetables and all the different herbs and spices he's using. Like, that to me is just a perfect visual of what health is. Just a yummy, delicious meal. Okay, number two, do all things in a way and manner of perfect health, as if you are already perfectly healthy. So that's a big one, because, I really don't believe there's ever a time where we in our physical bodies are actually going to be perfectly healthy. But within our minds, we can put ourselves there. We can transcend that physical, transcend our weaknesses, transcend the problems and the pain and the issues that we have. Pray for Melody today. If you hear this today, she's struggling this morning with just, you know, the physical health issue she's going through. She, in her treatment, it was a rough one this last time, and I've been praying for her because I resonate with that, because I actually woke up hurting today too. So, you know, there's a way to transcend, but it doesn't always mean a miraculous healing right at this moment. So number 3, relate yourself in your thoughts to perfect health. And this is something we do every day, all day. We constantly have to come back to acknowledging where are our thoughts. Because the fact is, it's so common to think of what's wrong. It's so common to look around and see the disease and the weakness. And that's number 4, is sever relations with disease and weakness. And again, all of this is something that you just constantly put into action. It's a lifestyle. It's not there's not like a final destination, is what I've learned for sure. You leaving? Love you. Love you. My kids are going out to the beach. So number 5 is have positive faith that you can have healing with the principle of health. And that's the key, is that with the principle of health. So always acknowledging that we've got that principle of health within us allows us to be healing. You know, I kind of visualize myself. To me, the visual that comes to me is I'm in an active process of healing. So you know how our bodies renew and regenerate as we sleep, right? Like every 7 years, supposedly we have a totally different body. It's really interesting if you look into cell regeneration and what happens with our physical body. But what I imagine is that as the old is going out, and as I have trickles of the disease and of the pain going out, I visualize new health coming in. You know, new strength coming in. And a lot of times this happens in such small increments that we don't notice it happening as it's happening. But now, like if I look back now to January to where I'm at now, and you can do the same thing, you know, look back several months, 6 months, even a year, you know, where your health was and where your wellness was at, and just acknowledge if you've improved, if you've come the distance you really wanted to come, and then what's needed if you haven't, you know, if we haven't, and if there are areas where we want to focus more on. So 6 is we receive additional power by having reverent gratitude. That's powerful, like amazingly powerful, that just by having a reverent gratitude, we can create additional power within us. Beautiful. 7 is consciously accept that health is continually given. Being conscious that we're receiving it. And for me, I have to speak it. I've got to say it out loud, remind myself daily. I am healthy. I am strong. My I am statements are really, really big when it comes to at least the physical part of how I'm feeling, what my wellness is looking and feeling like. I am statements have been a big help there. So then number 7 is consciously accept. Oh wait, did I just say that one? I did. Okay, number 8, we can only think thoughts of perfect health when we perform in perfect health. And again, just a daily lifestyle performing in perfect health. And then number 9, I just listed each one of the 4 areas: eating, drinking, breathing, and sleeping, and focusing on performing these things perfectly every day. Will they be perfect every day? No. It's just a goal. It's the goal to be perfect in these areas every day. Because as long as we're thinking about them being perfect, and as long as that is our goal, and that is our mission, I do believe that's what's coming, and that's what we attract, and that's what happens. Absolutely. And then number 10, health is the result of thinking and acting in a certain way. So the principle of health is the same in all, and perfectly able to heal us of whatever it is. And, you know, now that I've gone through this whole study, and now that I've been really reading and meditating on it for months now, I can see just so more into this, how literally it's a journey. I mean, it's just a lifelong journey. There's no destination. There's no time where I'm going to get to the point where I say, yes, I achieved it all. Just like Science of Getting Rich, same thing. It's just a journey that we can be on in our life, and that we can help others with, because we know that there's so many people out there looking for help. And how awesome to be able to give tips and give things that are actually scientific facts to people, you know, that are looking for health and wellness, without asking them to buy something, or right away, you know, but as they trust us, and as they put even these little things in action and see, oh, this is helping, or, oh, there's something to this, then we can help them build that trust in us. Same thing. Yeah. And I know, Coach Tina, you're so into the health and wellness, and I love how we connect there. So you can unmute yourself if you want to just say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I was a few minutes late. Like you said, I woke up feeling very sick today.
Really?
Yes. I was supposed to go to my mother's again today. We were there yesterday helping with some work that she has to do at the house, and I woke up and my head was like killing me. My ears hurt, my throat hurts, like, oh, I can't go anywhere today.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, I mean, as long as we're,
Where's me in the picture?
oh my gosh, did you fall out? We'll find you. Sure. Her picture fell out. But yes, as long as we're physical, and that's just a testimony to where my mind has just gotten to, that, you know, I've stopped looking for a day where I'll wake up and it's just perfect. You know, my perfect days have gotten to be more of the now versus the wishing for something different. So yeah. And, you know, yeah. A lot of it is, you know, way past what this book, with way more than what, you know, this book is. It's just encompasses everything that we're learning with Melody's courses and Robert's courses. And, you know, the community too has just been so healing, has been a part of being able to accept, you know, days where I'm struggling, and then I hear you're struggling, and then I hear Melody struggling, and it helps me to have a better frame of mind, you know, like, and know I'm not the only one. And that's the thing where, you know, where the world is at, is that many are stuck there in that thought that I'm the only one going through this, or my situation is the worst, or just simply not having hope that it can get better. So passionate about sharing. I love what you guys are doing too. I was watching yours and Coach Deborah's video, and that's actually helping me, because in my next course, I'm going through that content again. So every video that I hear of yours, I'm taking notes. So thank you. Yeah, it's amazing. And that too, you know, within this community is so beautiful, because everyone's always doing something. There's someone always you know, in a process to do something, to either get someone's mission out there or share a cause. And I mean, there's just never a lack of good stuff. So I hope you get to feeling better.
I do feel better than when I first woke up. So
Good.
I think it's allergies, like the pollen. I don't know if it is bad where you are, but the pollen is so bad right now. And literally, I just had, because I had bronchitis and sinus infection.
I remember that.
I took my last pill, and the very next day, my nose started acting up again. I'm like, stop it! So right now, I'm just taking allergy medicine. So I didn't take it yesterday, which is why I think I felt so bad this morning. So I took it this morning. So.
The Melody.
Me and Coach Tina.
Hi.
Hi. You going to the beach?
The beach.
Nice.
Yeah.
Take a swim for me.
Okay.
Me too.
I love your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
It looks so wee. It looks so oceany. I love the colors.
Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Have fun.
Yeah, I'm physically not ready to be walking down on a beach yet. Though it would be amazing and beautiful, I'm in a rest at home. So, yay! Oh my gosh! So this has been super exciting. Thank you so much for supporting and popping on live so much with me during this study. It was way more in depth than I thought. But it was great. It's actually great because a lot of it's helped me. I found fact and truth in a lot of these principles. Yeah. Excited to have shared it and just to have it all in there now. It's great.
Yeah, I noticed like whenever, one thing that I've been trying to work on is if I have something that I know I probably shouldn't be having, I would feel guilty about it and feel bad. And I'm trying to do that less. And it really is helping a lot. It's helping a lot. Even though I shouldn't be having some things, you know. Like yesterday we were at my mother's and she made all kinds of sandwiches and stuff. And I'm like, I really shouldn't be eating this. But I didn't feel guilty about it, you know, because I have to eat, right? So that helps a lot. That definitely helps.
That's good. That's awesome. Geez, if I had one takeaway as far as the instructions for each area, I would say that mine has been chewing slower, like the chewing cheerfully until it becomes a liquid. Like I can't say I always chew until it becomes a liquid, but just with that goal in mind, chew as much as I can. I eat so much less. I've actually lost a little bit of weight through this. And yeah, I've noticed I very often have food left on my plate when normally I would eat the whole thing because I just would wolf it down.
Yeah.
Bye, baby. Are you going to the beach? Oh my gosh! Look, you want to say bye-bye to Coach Tina?
Bye.
Bye.
Beach.
Have fun.
A great beach.
Nice. Have fun.
Oh my gosh!
You will.
You sweet babies, y'all have fun.
You will. You will.
I love you.
Bye, mommy.
I love you.
You.
I love it. Thank you.
You will.
Yes. So just a sec. So I'm going to say thank you, first of all, for joining me live. And then if you watch the replay, thank you so much for your time. This was it. So I'll have a PDF under this soon for you to complete, and we'll be connected in the group, and we'll see what's coming next. I'm super excited because I have so many things on the waiting list for what to cover. I mean, there's so much content. I mean, Robert and Melody, first of all, just chock us full of values. So there's just an endless amount. So I'm like, what am I going to do next? Super excited, but I'll make that announcement and then we'll go over that. So hold on just a sec, Coach Tina. Let me stop the recording.